I was just looking at David Furonis's column about the Dolphins in the Sun Sentinel, and you're going to love this, man. Because Anthony Weaver had his press conference today.
Mm-hmm.
And the headline in the Sun Sentinel is Dolphins DC Anthony Weaver sends impassioned message of playing with violence.
Hey, there we go.
Which I know you love. I'm just reading the first couple of graphs here.
It.
After 3 games in which the Dolphins have allowed more than 30 points, defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver sent a clear, impassioned message at his Friday news conference. The defense is going to change its attitude, and the key word in the change, violence. Quote, all of our problems that we need to solve can be solved through violence, Weaver said Friday. Yeah, they want to legislate it out of the game, but we play defensive football. And in defensive football, at some point, you draw a line in the sand and you say, I'm going to set the edge. I'm going to stick my helmet under that guy's chin. I'm going to set the edge. I'm going to violently take the ball away. And that's what we need to do.
And that's what good defenses do. That's what good ball clubs do. That's how the Ravens play. You know the Lions. You don't think Dan Campbell is teaching violence up there?
He loves violence.
He beats up his door. He pulls it the wrong way and breaks the doorknob off to leave the house in the morning. I know, and it's not. I respect the concussions and injuries of players and IRs and all that. If you're not playing defense with violence, you're not a good defense.
I knew you were going to like that. So we'll see if there's a difference Monday night in the intensity level.
Huck, the receivers, when you come across the middle, you catch it, you get a reception, get your rib almost broken. That next time you're coming across there, you're not looking for the ball.
Alligator arms.
Yeah, little alligator arms, man. I love it. Anthony Weaver, I'm back on your side with this message.
All right, let's do headlines so we have enough time with Omar. Headlines brought to you by Doral VW. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast, we're checking for a crater.
What?
Prices are falling so fast, it's like a receiver going against the middle and Dolphins linebackers.
They count that one.
Volkswagen's priced like they lost their minds. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one.
Yesterday, we played Tua Tagovailoa's comments regarding criticism from people in the media. Cam Newton was mentioned by Joe Schad, who asked the question. We played Tua's response. Tua's gotten a lot of heat since he said those comments, specifically because it appeared like he questioned Cam Newton and talked about guys with a clicker. Obviously, I know Cam Newton played in the NFL. Today, Cam Newton was on First Take, along with Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, I don't know if you guys watched the clip or not. I know it's on social media now, but I watched it live. Stephen A. Smith blasted Tua Tagovailoa, and he stood up for Cam Newton, and he said, why is he talking to you like if you didn't take the Panthers to 15-1 record, a Super Bowl berth, like you weren't an NFL League MVP, which he points out Tua's never been. Why is he talking about you like you're me? Those are Stephen A. Smith's words. Ryan Clark questioned whether, why the media, the sports media in Miami, the local media, is asking Tua the right questions or not. Why are they asking him about Cam's comments? And why aren't they asking him about why he's struggling against zone defenses, which I think is a little unfair because he was asked more than just that one question. Cam Newton's response, I thought, was very measured. And he started it off with saying, I'm having a hard time believing he was referring to me in reference of the clicker. He took it as a more general response from Tua regarding critics in the media, which, again, Omar pointed this out today. If you listen to the full question from Joe Schad, Cam's name was kind of thrown in there like at the very end, just totally as an example.
Agree. Yes, totally agree.
And I just think right now, we've talked about it. Tua, McDaniel, anybody on an 0-3 team with high expectations, whatever they say, people are just they're gonna poke holes in it because they're just sick of them losing. And I think that was a case of some of that backlash yesterday with Tua.
This is one of those examples, by the way, of when you're 0-3, there is no proper answer you can give where everyone's going to go, oh, he nailed it. The only thing you can say is like what Anthony Weaver just said, which is we got to get violent. Like, okay, I'm with that. Yeah. But then you go, well, why didn't you preach that game one? Where was that?
Mhm.
How come you waited till game 4 to start saying to play tough defense? You can do that too. But with Tua, I said it yesterday when it happened. I do understand him being fed up with criticism from guys like me. Well, I don't know how to play quarterback. Like, he's right. Like, yeah, go out there and do it. Doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge he doesn't look like the quarterback I was supporting 2 years ago. Like that, there's no falsehood in that. But when it came to Cam Newton, if he was referring to Cam as the guy with the clicker, that's a little off-putting because Cam's done it and done it better. So, but I don't think he was really answering that.
And I think Tua, I'm not, I usually take the player side on these things, but Tua's getting angry. And like, to your point, I don't care who's evaluating the film. You're watching him not play to the level you're used to him playing. This whole way, Belichick didn't play football. Nick Saban didn't play football. Like, you can watch and evaluate football when you've watched it and you've studied it. And he's not playing well, and he's getting angry. And Tua used to never get angry. Even when Brian Flores was messing him over and benching him and treating him like a little China doll, he would just, he would kind of play into it or do the player speak. He's getting mad because of the 0-3 start and him not looking up to the point. So I don't care who's evaluating him. I could, little Chan is 13, 14 can watch him and say, man, he's not making many plays. They're not throwing the ball deep at all. You can see that. Anybody can see they're not throwing the ball over 20 yards. Why is an NFL team not taking any deep shots? You don't need to be Vince Lombardi to figure that out.
But to be fair, Crowder, I'm with you, by the way. But to be fair, and I'm guilty of this. Yesterday, the only clip I heard from Tua was the clip that we played, which is the 30-second clip of him saying, oh, well, anybody with a clicker thinks they can play. Tua yesterday outright said, if you watch the full press conference, which I since have, I've got to be better. I'm not playing to the standard that I hold myself to. So I just think a lot of people saw that comment, heard that comment, and were like, oh, Tua's being petty. Tua's calling people out now because he's 0-3. And to be fair, like, we took a 30-second clip and made our own determining factors about what Tua's feeling, when in reality, he is saying those things you're saying. Like, I'm not playing well.
Yeah. But to say anybody can have a clicker, not everybody play NFL quarterback. Not everybody can play professional sports, period. Not everybody can hit a baseball coming 100 miles per hour. Not everybody can stop a puck coming in a slap shot. Like, it's like I said, he's getting frustrated, and it's showing in his press conferences. I'm with you where you take stuff, you want clickbait. So they got clickbait.
Right.
But his frustration is getting up, and I'm worried about where it's going to go because he's getting frustrated. And this is a new Tua. Somebody was like, the new Tua, they love the new Tua. I don't like the new Tua. You just take it easy, buddy.